Welcome back to another episode of Chaotic Core Podcast. Just watched episode 4 of Hawkeye. This episode was, I don't know, I feel like it had like a bit of a slow beginning, but it definitely got 10 times better towards like the end, in my opinion.
I think the first half of it was kind of comical in a way.
I don't know, it was so cringy to me. I know that you got like a kick out of it, and some parts
I found it funny.
Yeah, some parts were kind of funny, but I'm just like, holy crap! Like, who wrote this? Not like bad who wrote this, but like, please, I want to slap whoever wrote this.
For a second there, we were big stupid and thought that the dog was random, and then the next scene where it like came in, and she said something about pizza. I put two and two together. I'm like, oh wait, that was Pizza Dog. But,
you literally forgot about the dog. No, I didn't forget
about
the dog.
You did too!
No.
You did too!
I was like,
you were
wait a minute.
You were like, where'd the dog come from?
No. What I meant by that was like, wait, wasn't the dog at the apartment, you know? Like in her aunt's apartment that they're like currently hiding out in?
I don't ever really keep tabs on Pizza Dog, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, his name is now officially Pizza Dog. The Chaotic Corp is now calling him Pizza Dog because I don't think they even really gave him a name yet. But
the dog father?
No, that's not his. No, that's just terrible.
That was another name.
That was just, but that's terrible. I mean, like,
I didn't write it.
Okay, I'm just saying that's just
P.
bad. I'm not using that. I'm not calling him that.
Dog Corleone.
Yeah, see, there's already a dog that goes to my work with that name, actually.
Dog Corleone?
No, it's just Corleone. Okay. So, what did you find interesting in, like, this episode?
At first, I was big stupid and didn't realize the strobe lights were silent alarms.
I thought they were just smoke alarms and she was being dumb.
I couldn't really make it out, but
yeah, because she kind of shot him as soon as we saw him.
Yeah, I knew there's strobe lights, but I'm like, what's okay? Like, what's the purpose to that?
Right.
Of course, we found out later. I feel stupid because I feel like that was obvious that it was a silent alarm for deaf people.
For deaf people? Oh, is that literally what that is?
Yeah.
Oh, see, when I heard silent alarm, I thought of instantly like the police, you know, because like banks have silent alarms.
I thought that too, but no, it's basically like having an actual like audible alarm is useless to a deaf person.
Got ya. I didn't put 2 and 2 together, so.
So by silent alarm, it quite literally meant silent alarm, like not hidden, but it's popping out to the eye. Anyway.
Because I remember we were looking for like a good kind of like fight scene between Quint and Jack, because he had the sword up to him, and then out of nowhere the mother comes out and is like, oh, why is there an Avenger in my house? Like, that's just so weird. That's such a weird thing to say. And like why wouldn't you be more surprised? Granted, after everything that's happened, I doubt people are like, oh, hey, Hawkeye's walking around the street. Like, that's kind of like normal now, you know what I mean?
Right.
Not everything's like a big secret. But I feel like she should have had more of like a reaction to that. I don't know. And, you know, they're sitting at the dinner table, just having a drink, having a chat. And, you know, they're like, oh, well, why are you with my daughter? And she's like, oh, well, we're working on a case together. And I'm like, that's also very random. Like, you got to give more. If I was that child's parent, I'd be like, yeah, but like, how are you guys, like, how did you meet? You know, it's like, why? You know what I mean? She didn't really seem concerned, other than like after she went to go talk to him at the elevator. I don't know. That whole scene was kind of weird to me.
Yeah, it definitely was.
And I didn't think he was gonna take the sword because I saw him looking at it, and it, you know, obviously they never show us him picking it up. You know, they got to be cool with it and like, oh, yeah, I got it. You know, so you know, he's got the suit.
Jack is probably freaking out too.
Yeah, I know. He's got the sword now. And somehow he needs this watch, which I pointed out in the second episode, back from episode 1, that I didn't get to talk about. And I thought it was actually a watch, like one of the time watches. I thought it was that, but it wasn't. It's literally just a Rolex, as they explained it into this episode. And, you know, I'm still wondering who it's connected to, though, because he was saying as they were going into that apartment that, you know, he needs the watch, and then he can go back home. And if they figure out like whose it is or something, like their secret's out, or, you know, everyone knows who they are. And
right.
I can't put a thought onto who that could possibly be. Do you have any thoughts?
Not really. I mean, you would think that could be anybody. It could be anyone affiliated with the Avengers.
Well, he said, yeah, because he said it was someone that he used to work with. So like, and
they've been out of the game for a while,
right? I mean,
I don't know. Maybe someone we haven't really,
but probably not.
No, Nick Fury's still in the game, as we saw in Far From Home.
That's true. But also, you got to remember back from everything Shield related was
Phil Coulson
to the public. Back in Winter Soldier, if you remember.
Yeah.
So, you know, who did you say?
I said Phil Coulson. That's the only thing I could think of.
Yeah, but he's dead too, you know. Unless it's a character that we haven't been introduced to yet. You know, a character that's in the comics, but that hasn't been introduced into the movies or the shows yet, which would be really nice to see them bring like a new face and that, you know. But no, I just can't think of who it could be. That list that Kate pulled from from Maya's house was also very alarming.
That was very, very alarming. I would have crapped myself.
Oh,
if that
yeah.
was read to me.
Yeah.
Because how are they able to find? Because that was not even in the Shield files.
Right.
That was kept way under the grid.
Right. Yeah. Because I remember he said in Age of Ultron, Nick Fury had like gave him a deal, or he Nick Fury like owed Clint or something, so he like helped him out with all that. And like the only people that knew it were the Avengers, and half of them are dead. And then the people that knew before that were Natasha and can't even think of his name. Nick Fury. I almost said Samuel Jackson, which I wouldn't have been wrong, but no, yeah, but
you would have been wrong,
right? So we got to see the LARPers again. That was a little weird.
Yeah,
but I know you said that you really liked it.
Yeah, they're funny.
And I think what they were doing it to get back some of like his arrows. I mean, I guess I don't know how he got. It seemed like he used like a bunch of them, you know. And I feel like they would have just been like no good anymore after that, you know. But like somehow, from what we saw, Kate used like 2 of the putty arrows on the silent alarms. So like here I am thinking that, you know, he used them all in that car chase, and here this cop that was part of the LARPers group just comes back with like a full sack of them still intact, and I'm like, okay, where did these come from? That was a little random.
I was looking, but I'm looking at theories on like
who it could be,
who the watch belongs to, and all these are stupid.
What are some of them?
So we got Ronan.
That's
for one. Tony Stark, and in parentheses it says or Pepper Potts.
No.
Laura Barton.
No.
Dr. Stephen Strange.
No. Whoa.
Old Man Steve.
No.
Old Man Steve specifically.
Yeah. What the?
And Daredevil. But like Clint, he described them as someone who has not been in the game for a long time, and I feel like I don't know. I haven't really watched all of like Daredevil, but like at the same time, I feel like Daredevil would be affiliated with with Shield.
No, he's more of a vigilante, you know.
Yeah, so
and Shield brings in people like that, recruits them.
Yeah, and the rest of these, just like I could kind of see Laura. Maybe she was like she could have been this Agent of some Laura Barton.
Oh, actually,
but like at the same time, I'm like
that was a men's watch too. I mean, clothes don't wear what they want. Anymore. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Jordan.
If they're, I'm not.
You intolerant asshole.
That's not even what I'm trying to say. People can wear what they want, right? But I feel like they wouldn't do that. I don't know.
Yeah, generally.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Like they wouldn't.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I just wanted to twist it on you.
No, I know.
Because it was fun. I feel like 268 is like some kind of
268
Easter egg something. You know what I mean?
Oh, was that the number on the sticker?
Yeah.
I don't know how many Hawkeye comics there are even. I think I might try to start like reading them. I know that they're supposed to somehow fit in Kingpin into this show, and it's already been confirmed, so that's not really a spoiler. It's
okay.
Yeah. And
I'm hoping it's the same actor. I'm hoping they canonize.
Oh, okay. Okay. So they've already been confirmed, and we might have already mentioned this in the last episode, that they're bringing back Charlie Cox as Daredevil.
Nice.
And a lot of people, or one of the directors, I can't remember who it was someone very important on a Twitter post, said to that post of Marvel saying that Charlie Cox was going to be Daredevil again, someone had, like I said, someone important had commented on that and was like, and said, let's not forget about the actress Deborah Ann Wool, who played Karen Page, like their secretary in the show. Yeah. And I liked her as Karen Page, if I'm gonna be honest with you.
She was solid. Yeah,
she was a nice like addition to the cast, and they were. I'm assuming they might be trying to bring her in too. Vincent D. Onfrio, and I might have mispronounced that, but he's the guy who played Kingpin, and it is very, very disturbing seeing him with hair. Let me tell you. Where else has he played? Played in some other stuff.
I'm Sebastian kid with emo hair.
Please, Tristan, what's wrong with
Scarf it out a cheeseburger.
What, you're eating cheeseburger right now?
No.
He is. He is. Sorry. He played in Full Metal Jacket. He played in The Magnificent Seven.
Wait, was he Private Pile?
It's not giving me it.
Oh God, what's his name again?
Vincent D. apostrophe O-N-O and then Frio, F-R-I-O.
Full Metal Jacket. Tell me it's Private Pile. Tell me it's Private Pile.
Yeah, it is.
It is?
It is.
What's your name, fat body?
Sir, Leonard Lawrence, sir.
Lawrence what, of Arabia?
Sir, no, sir.
That name sounds like royalty. Are you royalty?
Sir, no, sir.
I don't like the name Lawrence. From now on, you're Gomer Pyle.
Sir, yes, sir.
Dude,
crap,
Jelly Donut.
That's him? That's amazing.
Yeah, dude.
Holy crap. And now, like, going back to a picture of him in Daredevil, like, that is astounding. Of course, this movie came out in what? What year was this movie?
87, I think.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, hopefully they'll bring him back, but anyways. So the whole episode kind of goes into this different setting, like we were talking about before, where they actually start staking out this house. He actually asked his wife for some info, and of course I don't know how she came across said info. It's making me believe that he's like started to train her in certain stuff that he also knows, like maybe like some self-defense, which is a given probably, but like apparently she knows German, And you pointed it out. I thought it was Russian, but apparently the
it may have been Russian,
German.
but like I'm pretty sure the subtitles didn't speak in German. I'm not entirely
I'd have to go
sure.
back over it, but
she spoke another language that was not English.
Right. And like the kids,
and that is fact.
Yeah, and then the kids instantly knew that they were like she was talking to their father, which is kind of funny. Like this is the first time this has happened. So somehow she comes up with this information, and she, sends him the location of this house, which ends up being Maya's house, but of course they don't know it yet. And then until Kate, finds this little booklet with all of Clint's kids, his wife, all their names and ages and stuff. And then she looks around at the pictures, and it's Maya. And, at first I didn't even see Maya in those pictures. I saw the old man, and I was like, he looks very familiar. I wonder who that is. And then my brain didn't process that was her uncle from episode 1 that we saw die. Or episode 2, yeah.
Yeah.
So then, the silent alarms kind of go off, and he starts getting attacked, and he says that it's Maya, but then she gets attacked in the house, and it's actually Maya. You can see her. Of course, we couldn't see who Clint was battling until it panned over to a scene where he's, fighting this chick, in a full black outfit and with a mask and Splinter Cell goggles, night vision goggles, and so he actually grabs the bow and what does he do? He shoots like a grappling hook? He
shoots a zip line from
zip line
Maya's apartment to his rooftop.
Right, and then she goes over, and of course she gets stuck because it wasn't high enough, which I kind of saw coming. And then, but she finally makes it. But at the same
time, that was only served as a comedic.
Right, I feel like it was too. Yeah.
I'm I don't know if that was timed well.
Right. I don't know. Maybe they were trying to add on a few extra minutes or something. So then they're all 4 on the rooftop now, and he didn't believe that she was battling Maya because he couldn't see who it was, and then he sees her there, and then now there's this other person, and then I think Maya starts trying to beat this other girl.
Yeah,
and then we were kind of confused.
They were all attacking each other. It was like every man for himself, except for Kate and Clint, who were together. The other two fought each other as well,
right?
For whatever reason.
Yeah, and we were heavily confused until the moment that either I knew or we both knew, where the girl in the black outfit actually shot these electric tasers at Kate. And they were red, and I saw the bracelet light up, and I said, "Oh, I know who that is."
Yeah, we were kind of figuring it at first, but then when she did that, we were like, "Yeah, that's definitely her."
Yeah, which was really a really cool intro. I think this was a cool intro for her into this show, if I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm glad that it was a fight scene rather than a little introduction like Maya was in episode 1.
Yeah.
So, then the last thing that finally confirms that it's Yelena and not just some other Black Widow assassin. Well, of course, I think the Black Widows are disbanded, but still, I don't think Clint knew that.
Well, he could probably tell by the way that she's fighting.
Right.
It's probably just a rare occurrence that this type of thing happens.
Oh yeah, of course. But at the same time, remember, I don't think he knew that Natasha had taken down the Black Widow or the Red Room.
Yeah.
Because that was during Civil War, and he was on his ranch. He was on his ranch up until the moment of Endgame, or Infinity War.
Yeah.
At the end of Infinity War. So, she takes
Which I like the way they handled his flashbacks.
Oh yeah, so did I. Actually, they were very tone setting, and once they were brought up, I was like, wow, that was dark, and it made me feel something, and it was great. You know, it wasn't just like a random flashback. So then she takes off the mask, and we actually see that it is Yelena. And Kate's got her arrow pointed at her, like she's gonna shoot her. And Yelena turns around and looks at her and just shakes her head slowly, no. And, like, it freaks Kate out for some reason. And she lowers her weapon, and then Yelena just kind of runs away. So, yeah, I don't know what that was about, but then Clint just gets real with Kate and just starts telling her what's up. Like, hey, we were never really a team because stuff just got serious. And he literally says that. He's like, hey, someone sent a Black Widow assassin after me. Shit just got real. So
yeah, you don't want to be affiliated with me at all.
Right, exactly. So I think this episode was pretty good. You know, like I feel like it was a little bit slow in the beginning.
I feel like it was comical in the beginning. I think. Yeah, but go on.
But yeah, you know, I feel like it definitely got a lot better towards the end. So I'm happy with it. 2 more episodes. You know, I remember last episode we were talking about how we probably wouldn't get to see Yelena, but now that we finally did, I'm happy. Now and actually they did tell us a little bit about the Tracksuit Mafia, that it's somehow linked with Jack. Like he's like the CEO and he launders money with them somehow.
Yeah.
But even the Tracksuit Mafia is working with Maya, or for her. And I don't know how she's connected with them, if she's the leader, or if they're just partners. We still don't know that connection exactly. At least I don't. You know?
So, like, I think she leads the Tracksuit Mafia, and she's under Jack, and Jack's under the big man. If that makes sense.
Yeah. What if at the end, that's how we get to know Kingpin? What if Jack's higher up as Kingpin?
That's what I'm thinking.
They said that they're gonna try and fit him in this show somehow, and then it's gonna somehow connect with Daredevil, like somehow. I think I saw somewhere where someone was saying there was some kind of reason for it, but like Daredevil never really crossed paths with Hawkeye, and for like a specific reason, and I can't remember what it was. You know what I mean? Like I think he was too caught up fighting Kingpin to be taking care of like Jack and his little group, you know?
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what was happening in the Netflix show. He wasn't really taking care of like the younger or the like.
Well, he was at first, but I don't think he was really messing with the Tracksuit Mafia.
Right, but once he found out who, actually the Tracksuit Mafia could literally be those Russians that we saw in the Netflix show.
No, they probably could be.
They're probably the same people, you know. But you know, once he learned who Kingpin was, he literally started going after him instead of like the smaller groups and trying to hurt him little bit by little bit. In the show, he was trying to find evidence as to how Kingpin or Wilson Fisk was related to all the different stuff that was happening in New York at the time in the Netflix show. So it kind of makes sense that might be what's happening in this show. You know, if Daredevil is a thing, you know, I guess we'll figure it out in Spider-Man, because like I said, I think it's been confirmed that he's in there. But I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. All right. Well, this was a good episode. Did you have like a favorite part, Tristan?
I'll just say when like the Black Widow showed up.
Yeah, I'll have to agree with you on that one. Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for listening to this episode 4 of Catacorp Podcast, Season 6 on Hawkeye. We stream from time to time on Twitch. Lately, Tristan hasn't been really, he's just been doing the channel. But nonetheless, you can still follow him on Twitch. Twitch.tv/ApolloYourKing. You can follow me at Twitch.tv/HotBucket61. You can follow him on the channel. Do give us a like and subscribe, of course. Is there anything else you wanted to put in there, Tristan?
Not really, no.
No. Okay. Well, thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.